Hi everyone, welcome to today's class. Today we are going to discuss about the topic name called MySQL Revision Tour. So under MySQL Revision Tour we are going to discuss the following topics. That is, first one is introduction, second relational data model, and third one MySQL, a popular relational database management system, and fourth one is accessing database in MySQL and creating tables in MySQL and inserting data into the tables and making simple queries through select commands. So these are the topics we are going to discuss here today. And the first one is introduction. So what is database system? It is basically a computer based record keeping system. So what is database means? Database is a collection of data and it contains information about one particular enterprise. So about one particular organization, the information will be stored in the database. So in file processing system, permanent records are stored in various files. That is, in different files, the records are going to be stored. So a number of different application programs we need to write for extracting the records from the different files. So and also we need to add the records to the appropriate files. For everything we need to write the different application programs in order to in order to extract the records also and to add the records also into the appropriate files. And what are the drawbacks of the file processing system? So there will be data redundancy, that is duplication of data will be available. Data will be available in multiple copies, and data inconsistency. So inconsistency in the sense there will not be any correct data available in a file processing system, and unshareable data because data are located in different files, so that we cannot share easily to the other files. And unstandardized data, there will not be any format for the data, so there is no standardized data in the file processing systems. And insecure data, so because the data are located in different places, we cannot assure that the safety of the data, so we cannot able to protect the files data also properly in a various files. So there is an insecurity in a data, and incorrect data will be there in the file processing system because of records are going to be scattered in multiple files in multiple locations. So there will not be correct data available if you are referring different files. But DBMS provides a centralized control of the data because the data will be located in one central location. In one single system the data will be located, so there is a centralized control of the data, so there will not be any kind of issues like this in the database management system. So what are the advantages of database systems? It reduces whatever drawbacks we have seen in file processing system, that is going to be overcome by the database systems. It reduces the data redundancy, that is data duplication. Multiple copies will be available in large extent, that is going to be reduced in the database systems. And it controls data inconsistency to a large extent. That means incorrect data will be available in that is same data, if it is available in multiple locations, the data will not be retrieved in a correct format. And facilitates sharing of data, that is easy way we can share the data because all the data in database systems are going to be located in central place, so it will be easy to share the data into multiple places. And it enforces the standards, there will be a standard or some structure is going to be used in the database systems. And centralized databases can ensure the data security because in one central location the data is available, so easily we can maintain the data, we can safeguard the data, and integrity can be maintained through the databases, that is the correctness of the data will be maintained through these database systems. And next one is relational data model. So in order to represent the relationship between the data which are available in databases, we are going to use the relational data model. That is a pictorial way we can represent the relationship between the data available in databases. So data model refers to a set of concepts to describe the structure of the database, and also it ensures the constraints, that is restrictions that the database should obey. So all the constraints which we are using in a database and structure of the database are going to be described with the help of the data model. And most commonly used data model for databases is the relational data model, and in this data is organized into tables. So in a relational data model, how the data are going to be arranged or organized means in the form of tables. What is meant by table? It contains rows and column. It consists of rows and columns in a matrix format. So these tables otherwise are called as relations. So in some places they will use the term relation instead of the saying the name table. So tables are otherwise called as relations also in a relational data model. And this is an example tables which are belongs to one single database. Client table and sales table we have. Under client table we have 4 columns: client ID, name, address and phone. And here in sales table, same client ID is going to be used as a second column, and order ID is the first column. This is going to be used as a primary key in the field in the second table, that is in sales table, and this client ID is going to be used as a foreign key in the second table, but the same client ID field is going to be used as a primary key in the first table. And sale date and items bought, these are the other 2 additional columns which are used in the sales table. So a row in a table represents a relationship among a set of values. What is meant by row? So this entire horizontal values are called, the values which are located in a horizontal place are called a row. So this row in a table represents the relationship among the set of values. There is a relationship among the values. So client ID and the name of the client, and then address of the client, phone number of the client, everything is related to the client. So every row will have the relationship among the set of values, since a table is a collection of such relationships only. So different terms which are used in the relational models are relation. So relation means what? It is a table storing a logically related data. So there is a meaning for all the data which are located inside the table. So table or relation means what? It contains logically related data. So there is a logical relationship among the data which we are storing in a row. And data must be atomic. Atomic means what? Every column or every field will have a single value only. It should not have multiple values, like if you use comma and if you are giving another value, so like that we should not give any values in the relational data model. The data should be atomic, must be atomic, that is single value. It should not be divided further in a cell. And all the rows in this table are distinct. So all the rows, if you take, everything is distinct, different only. So there should not be same row, should not be repeated again with the same values. We should not repeat in a relational data model. And next one is domain. Domain means what? It's a pool of values from which the actual values appearing in a given column are drawn. So it is a place where we can have a collection of values. Those values are going to be used in the table in order to enter in the cells. And tuple means what? It is a row of relation, otherwise called as row. Entire row is called a tuple. Entire row of a table is called a tuple. Attribute means what? A column of a relation or column of a table. So this column is called attributes. The column names are attribute names or field names. Like that we can call this column name in a different ways. And rows are otherwise called as tuples. Row of a table is called as tuple. This entire horizontal values are called a row or tuple. This collection of tuples only will make a collection of all the tuples, that is all the rows will make a record. And then degree. What is meant by degree? Number of attributes or columns in a relation. See, for example, what is the degree of this table, client table? So number of columns, that is here client ID is one column, name is another column, address is another column, phone number is another column. So totally how many attributes or column names are there? 4. So what is the degree of this client table? It is a value 4. Degree of this client table is 4. Number of attributes or column in a relation is indicated with the help of degree. And cardinality, it is the number of tuples or rows in a relation. So here if you consider the same table, how many number of rows we have here or tuples we have here in client table? Totally 4. So what is the cardinality of a client table? 4 only, but cardinality of a sales table is around 7. 7 it is there. So 7 rows are there. So 7 is the cardinality of the sales table, and 4 is the degree of the sales table. So like that we can find the cardinality and degree. This is also one of the term used in the relational data model. And next term is view. What is meant by view? It is a virtual table. So the table will not be physically available. what we are extracting after applying the select command only is known as virtual table. Virtual table that does not really exist. So here these two tables are not virtual table. These are all available in a physical way. But if you apply some select command, select queries on this table, in order to extract the values, the value which are displayed in the form of table, that table only is known as view table. It is a virtual table, but it is derived from one or more underlying base tables. So here these two are base tables. From these two base tables, if we are able to get a resultant table, that is only known as view table, virtual table. Next is primary key, a set of one or more attributes. A primary key can have several attributes also. So not only one single attribute will be taken in one table as primary key. It will have set of one or more attributes that can uniquely identify the tuples. That is, differently it will identify the tuples within the relation. So within the table, uniquely we can identify the rows or tuples. That is only the purpose of this primary key. So here if you consider the client table, client ID is called as primary key, or else we can take this phone number also as a primary key, because same number will not be used by different persons. So phone number and client ID both we can consider as a primary key, but any one field only need to be chosen as a primary key field. So here client ID we have chosen as a primary key field. But this client ID and phone number both will come under candidate keys, because both is eligible for the position of primary key field. So here we will call this client ID and phone number both as candidate keys. Okay, and next one is foreign key, the key which is used in the second table, and it is going to be used in the base table or first table as the primary key field. That is going to be referred in the second table. That key is known as foreign key. So here in the second table the client ID is called as foreign key, but in the first table the same client ID is called as a primary key. So candidate key we will see. These are the candidates for the primary key position. Example I said, in client table, client ID and phone number both can be a candidates for the primary key positions. All the attribute combinations inside the table or a relation that can serve as a primary key are called candidate keys. Example, phone number and client ID. And next is the alternate key. A candidate key that is not a primary key is called the alternate key. So here phone number is an alternate key, but client ID is allotted already as a primary key. But these two can be nominated for the position of primary key, but this is not allotted actually. So this key we can consider this as phone number field as alternate key. And foreign key, a non-key attribute whose values are derived from the primary key of the some other table is known as foreign key in its current table. Example I said, client ID which is used in the sales table is known as foreign key. Next is referential integrity. So the tables, if you have a collection of tables, there should be a link between the tables in order to access the values. So we need to follow certain rules. That rules only is going to be enforced by this referential integrity. It is a system of rules. It is used by DBMS to ensure that the relationship between the records in a related tables are valid. So we need to establish, ensure, or we need to check the relationship between the records in a related tables. Here we have seen client table and sales table. Those two tables are related tables. The records which are there in the table, record means what? Collection of rows or collection of tuples. So that records will have the proper relationship or not, whether it is valid or not, we need to check it with the help of this rules only, so that the users don't accidentally delete or change the related data. So both the data must be valid. The related records, the values of the related records should be matching with each other. So because of this referential integrity, we cannot able to delete the data or change any related data. So we can set the referential integrity when all of the following conditions are met. So the matching field from the primary table is the primary key or has a unique index. So from the primary table, if we are choosing any matching field, for the two tables there should be one common field. So in if you consider client table and sales table, there is a common field for both the tables, that is common relative field for both the tables, that is client ID. But client ID, which is client ID values which are given in the client table, must be matched with the client ID which are present in the sales table. So the matching field from the primary table is the primary key or has a unique index. It should have a unique index in the primary table. and the related fields have the same data type. So related fields, if you consider client ID, all are represented in the number format, so it should have the same data type. That is also matched here, and both the tables belongs to the same database only. So here both the tables, client table and sales table, must belongs to same single database only, and the referential integrity can't be enforced for linked table from databases in other formats. So we cannot enforce the referential integrity for the linked tables from the databases in other formats. The databases which are not following same formats cannot be having referential integrity. We cannot enforce the referential integrity for the databases in which are available in different formats.